into the business, then you start realizing there's much more stuff you need to learn.
It's a lot of work to be done here locally.
I want to know the other thing also. Atbiz Solutions. Is there a particular meaning behind the name?
So it's Atlantic for like the area that we're in. Business Solutions. But then I shortened because I didn't want to go with another long name. And then Atbiz was it just sounds modern, you see. And then the solutions were.
Yeah, to solve problems.
Yeah. Yeah, so Atbiz was like and then it just, the local kind of just makes sense, with the at sign.
Yeah. When you started the business, what was the hardest part of the process of the business? Or did it just?
Do I pick?
You can start from the beginning.
Okay, so locally in Atlantis, and I know we lie, but I think it's sometimes good to be blunt.
Yeah, it's just
politics. Back in 2022, I got the biggest opportunity ever. I probably would have had like 10 or 15 employees by now.
Okay.
If the opportunity was given to me by it's a local government. I can't say the name.
No, it's fine.
Government entity. It was given to me. We just never got to the point where I signed an SLA. I followed up constantly, and it went on for about a year. And then I was ready when they gave me the contract. They gave me the news that this is your. No, it was a verbal. It was always verbal, but I needed it on paper.
Yes, black and white is the way to go.
Yeah, I mean, this is business.
Yes.
So I kept following up, and I was just curbed the entire time, and I could feel like there was one person that really wanted me to have this, and then she left also because of politics, I think. Well, that's what I assumed. She left, and then the person who had my back within this organization was gone. Okay. And then so was not my contract, but I mean our contract. And so locally, that's the challenge. It's you knock on doors and people they have this no demeanor. Like even before you open your mouth. The other day we went to a government agency in Atlantis. We needed some assistance with a compliance issue that we had with a government portal. We asked for help, and this lady is already like, it's almost like she's like, you know what I mean? We come in here, we are representing small businesses.
Yes.
You are the government. We can't go past you, you know what I mean? So we're coming to you for help, as, representatives
of... It's like this, man. She's representing the government, but she don't allow you guys access to help local businesses thrive. And I think a few years back, Cyril Ramaphosa did say that entrepreneurship, we must look at it, and that is what you actually bring to the floor, and look at what this government official, I don't know who she is, but what she is doing, and unfortunately it's a bit unfair towards people who want to do entrepreneurship, but they don't. And you with your company trying to help them, but even for you, it's very challenging.
Imagine for the guy who knows absolutely nothing about these things. You
don't even know where to start.
Yeah. So,
and that is just a process you need to learn. And with starting, you're gonna need to do a lot of research. You're gonna get a bit frustrated.
Yes.
There's a lot of frustrations in anybody who started a business, and it's back and forth. But eventually, as time goes, you start learning strategy. You start learning to figure out stuff. And with your unique business solutions, basically, it makes it much more easy.
Yeah.
The other thing is, how did you guys start marketing basically when you started off the business?
In the beginning, I would just go on Facebook groups. Well, first we created
Atbiz.
no, the
Oh, the
no,
1 to
1 to
3.
3 dot. Yeah, I used to be 1 to 3. So first we created the website, the pages, social media pages, and then I would go on Facebook and Instagram every morning. I would just share in any group I could. And that was, the free way of like just making people aware.
Dus basically, you is lastig met die.
Yeah, that was basically it. Now we're not so aggressive anymore. Maybe we should go back to
that.
just
But I think you think is the business grow, that aggression does it go slowly away because you have some clients, you have a bit of income, so you don't you're not basically aggressive anymore like you were at the beginning because you need a client to sustain your business.
So what I guess it depends like on your strategy.
Okay.
So my strategy was just creating awareness. Now it's the long run, it's about building relationships. So I'm more interested in the word of mouth, the connection, the actual connection that you, because when you advertise like that, you end up spending a lot of time chatting to people who are not going to purchase. Do you understand?
It's like that, whether they break it down in sales, you throw out to 100, 10 will come back, 40 will come back, 10 will confirm, and basically you're just going to get 5.
Yeah, or 5.
Something like that. But it's basically the breakdown how to do it. But you need to do it somewhere.
Yeah, you need to a person that's dedicated, just to do that. But I'm telling you, it's a time consuming.
I see on your website now you have different packages.
Yes.
With this in Ladybug and Peter. Where does it come from?
So, my former business coach and we actually came up with those names. So, Atbiz is it's compliance, it's your basic compliance. That's now with your compliance with SARS, your compliance with the CIPC, and then your industry compliances, and then the COIDA and the UIF, those compliances. But the objective behind the compliance is to get you ready, as the business ready for business opportunity. Whether it be a tender or whether it be an opportunity with a corporate, you're still going to need to be compliant.
Yes.
You understand. What was the question again?
The different, because I saw different packages, I saw then I saw Ladybug, and then I saw Peter, but I looked through the packages and I saw
but you'll see the compliance packages or at insects.
Yeah.
Because we crawl.
Yes.
And then the bookkeeping packages is the birds.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
You first crawl and then you fly.
Oh, because I was thinking like.
By the time you get to the bookkeeping, you know.
Because I was like thinking like in the animal kingdom, it's an end and then it develops into a ladybug, and at some point you kill the ladybug and then it comes a Peter, something like that.
Something like that.
So I was thinking something like that when I go through. Because that is what the picture when it gave me, that is what I look into. It's like that's how your business grows.
Yeah.
But that is actually a quite unique idea.
Because I mean, if you give business opportunity, your business grow. You know what I mean? And compliance is that foundation.
Yeah, that's very important to have this background stuff, right?
Yeah. And also it's like you won't forget the beetle package. And it's like nice.
Because if you look
it literally starts when registering your business.
Because the other thing I was thinking, Atbiz Solutions, so meaning Buzz is more like a bee type of thing. That is what I was thinking.
You see?
No.
See? I like it.
No, I was thinking like that because remember I.
Busy bee.
Yeah, busy bee, something like that. It would be part of your logo. Or your vision or mission. The other thing is also, how did it feel when you signed your first client?
Nerve-wracking.
Why nerve-wracking?
Because I was like, oh yeah, I can't say there's such words, but shizness.
Yeah, it's a nicer way to say it.
Yes, this is now business. Because you see, the thing with sometimes when people, they start a business, say a tiler, person who has lots of experience in tiling, they start a business, they know how to tile, but the business side of things are very different.
Yeah.
Now, as a finance or accounting professional, you know the theory. You know what should be in place for a business. But actually applying that in your business is something completely different. So it was very nerve-wracking. Because now you're working for somebody else. But remember, you're not working for one person, you're working
with multiple, a lot of companies, and you need to keep track.
Yes. So
how do you keep track on all this stuff? Like you're doing here, you need to do that business. How do you have a system that you work? So basically, how I also said in the books that I read of Robert Kiyosaki, he's talking about systems and stuff. So basically what you do is you start your business, and as it goes, the best way, even like you, the best way for a business to function, you're not supposed to even be there because you designed the system that works, that can function without you, and that's actually what the entrepreneur is supposed to be. Not like you work in the business, although in the beginning you're going to do that, but eventually you must slowly step out and do something else, or still come in, but you have more free time. Basically.
Yes, I hope there's business owners in the live watching, because small business owners, not business owners, small business owners, we get this a lot. The client wants to speak to Ruth.
Yo.
Like, you don't walk into KFC and say you want to speak to the colonel.
Yeah, but KFC is different. I want food, I'm hungry, I don't need that.
Yeah,
but this is a bit slightly.
There's like enough people in the team who can have anything you need from Atbiz. There's a team, a person in the team that can assist you. You have to speak to Ruth. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But I am still busy building that system, and it looks like it's like sometimes I'm not here like for days or a week or so, and the business continues without me. Just so now and then I'll get like a text from Shantae, or if she's uncertain about something or just need to check. Like, but the business already functions without me, which is why I'm so happy it's still this small.
Yeah.
You see,
I think where it comes a bit complicated is when your business expands, and now there's multiple stuff you need to focus on. Which is a bit boring. There's a lot of meetings. They can't be directly because they're waiting for you. The CEO of the company still. You can't make decisions. It's boardroom meetings. They need to listen to this, and that sometimes takes longer for other businesses or for a business to see out for outcomes.
Yeah.
And that's prolonging everything.
Yes. No, definitely.
Did you ever deal with the worst customer? Or worst customer?
We deal with them on a weekly.
On a weekly basis. How do you deal with them?
You know what? If you have policies in your business, then you always go back to it. Like, if you have a customer who want to pay a certain price, or they feel you must first deliver the service, and being difficult about it, you just go back to your policies. You know what I mean? And that's the importance of policies in your business, because policies give you structure. This is how we do things. Do you understand? This is how we do things, because we cannot go with every single customer's demand.
Yes.
Do you understand what I mean?
Okay, let's say like not a barber shop where they come in and looking with this file. No, I don't want to pay 5 and I want to pay 2 and you can't. You need to basically at some point stand your ground and say this is it. And you need to do it in a nice manner, because the backflip of that is if that person or that client walks away and he have a bad experience and word of mouth or advertising with the mouth, it goes further.
Yeah.
Now that specific weekend is going to a parade or to a function and they bring up business and someone, say for instance, say, no, I was at Atbiz Solutions, and then Desperate say, no, I had a bad experience, and that person who could be a potential client without doing business with you, because but at some point you need to do it in a nice manner, but you also need to stand your ground because this is your business that you are dealing with and doing and trying to help people at the end of the day.